Cardiff Cobras and the Brunel Burners in recorded human existence. Chris Tebbett here alongside Craig McLeod. Craig, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Chris. Thank you for having me along. It's very exciting. We've got Cardiff, we've got London, so why not have somebody from just outside Edinburgh to complete that from the sidelines? But it should be an exciting game today.
I mean, we have got an absolutely spectacular one. Both of these teams 1-0 in the Premierships of them, beating the Portsmouth Destroyers. And I mean, Brunel in week 1 beating them 39-8, while Portsmouth last week beating Portsmouth 46-14. And I mean, when I saw that scoreline come in for the Cardiff Cobras, I was surprised. Cobras not really one to put big scores on people, but I mean, this is going to be a prove-it game for the Cobras. Obviously, the last few years for them have been trying to survive relegation, but now they're trying to strive for promotion, much in the same way the Brunel Burners are, who've already made a big impact on the Premiership scene.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about going through some turmoil to build yourself stronger as a team. The winds are blowing strong. Let's see if these teams can come out just as strong as we get ready for this kickoff. Obviously, this ball is not wanting to play ball, and unfortunately that's delaying our entertainment here. But as you say, going back to those two games, using Portsmouth as the barometer for how this game's going to go, only 1 point difference in terms of differential between the games in Portsmouth, so let's see if that has any bearing on today's standings.
And thankfully it's not going to be raining, hopefully, here in Uxbridge, but the wind certainly has. Will the ball stay on the tee? That's the first battle.
As it always is. You can stare at the coverage, I'm going to stare at the ball, make sure we see no movement. Cardiff getting ready to kick this off.
And Ollie Luck, kicker for the Aztecs, he boots one. And that is going to be going out the back of the end zone already.
Yeah, and we see the Brunel returner just footing's going to be under all the players today.
So I mean, Brunel do have a dangerous return game, and I mean, Ollie Luck has got that power leg. He manages to clear it, but let's see what Brunel can do here. Obviously, DN3, David Moore, they're running back, fearsome threat for Brunel. But in speaking to Jelinski last week, he said, if the sun's out, the amount of touchdowns I can throw is unlimited. So the sun's out. Could we see more of a passing game for Brunel? We spoke to Coach James Kelvin last week. He said the playbook, well, we haven't really had to bring much of it out against the Destroyers. Will we see a bit more this time against the Cardiff Cobras? So we've got a man in motion, and it is going to be a handoff. And I mean, just a good amount of yards there. I'm going to say probably a gain of 7 or 8 on that play.
7. The line did a fantastic job blocking, good misdirection in the backfield to set up that dive, setting up second and 3 here around that. Yeah, very good first play. So let's see how Cardiff react.
With Cardiff last week, their number 3 Hayden Yeomans had 2 interceptions, and one of them was for a pick 6. So I mean, they have got some stars on defense, do the Cobras. Snap, and Jelinski throws the dart, and it's almost picked off there by the Cobras, by Hayden Yeomans.
Speak his name and he shall appear. I did see the Cardiff Cobras working on some tip drills before this game started, looking to put that practice into effect early and bringing up this early 3rd down. And one thing I'm worried about, Chris, for both teams here is with the way the weather's been. There was rain yesterday. Yes, it's dry today. What's the footing going to be like on these routes? You know, how are they going to be able to cut? How are they going to be able to defend? Like, are we going to see some mistakes just because of the ground that they're playing on today? A bit of confusion being caused by this formation.
There's more again, up the middle. I don't think he's going to have that.
No, he's short by about 2 yards. Started to stumble before he got to the line to gain. As we see a replay here from the start of the play. Looks like the punt unit's going to be coming out. So while that's happening, we'll just have a look at this replay. And just in this motion, I'm wondering 14 moved forward early in that.
I mean, normally the normally sure-footed David Moore the third, but
he couldn't convert that David Moore third down.
Let's go, D. Let's go, baby.
So early punt here for Brunel. They probably wanted more out of that drive, but they were able to make some yards. Might look to go back to the running game. Looked like that's where the set.
Good spin on that ball.
It's taking a Cardiff bounce.
They're going to have that. It looks like their own 31 here. Oh, and we do have whistles coming in. That flag is not going to be on the Cobras. They are going to be taking over.
You're going to get an explanation from the ref.
As James Ford Bannister, our white hat ref for the day. So the new quarterback filling in for Kieran McGill, who graduated last year, Nick Yao. I mean, when I was at the Cardiff games last year, Yao was the backup QB, and you could tell that he could really sling a football. And now he's getting the opportunity to do that for the Cobras.
Yeah, he proved it last week, going for over 300 yards against Portsmouth. Looking to add to that total today. There's a bit of a confusion on the play. Now will be a sack. Number 55, straight through the line there, completely unstopped. That's Aidan Coles from the University of Toronto. Can play anywhere in the box apparently and beyond, because he was in the backfield in a hurry on that play. As we see this replay, we'll see him coming off the edge here, not buying anything, completely unblocked. Keeps an eye on the running back, but makes his way home for the big loss there on the play.
I mean, not the start you want if you're the Cobras. Did force Brunel to punch. They're going to be happy with that. 2nd and 14 here. 10 in motion again, bobbling on the floor. But they managed to get it away. It's going to be a gain of 3 on the play there. So I mean, still some positive yardage.
Yeah, it's Ollie Price, the running back. As we see this here, he does get back to roughly the line of scrimmage from the original line of scrimmage. But as he takes the ball, just running a bit upright there into 2 Burner defenders.
I mean, definitely not helped by that snap bobbing around the floor.
No,
Good job from Yao to be able to get it. Yao moving his number 7 across.
Going to the air.
Drop back. Good ball out. Good reception. Thrown it into some traffic. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but a good first completion there from Nick Yao.
Yeah, good effort to make this manageable. They're giving themselves way more space for this punt. Start this game, bit of a territorial battle. As we see the replay coming up here. Good release from the QB. Bit high, didn't get his man in stride, so maybe lost out on a few yards there, but a lot of Brunel defenders bringing him down way short of the first down marker.
So both teams starting off with a punt here. And I mean, coming into this game, we were unsure of how evenly matched this was going to be. As it stands right now, it's very evenly matched.
Very two,
oh,
three, and
not a great snap there.
Good
Can
block
he get it
from
away?
The protectors.
I mean, Ollie Luck there getting it away, but you can see him walking over to Sean Vaughan, the head coach of the Cobras, and he's very much questioning what exactly that snap was. We do know that Portsmouth last week, they had some real problems with their long snap here at Site 5.
Yeah, and it's the little things that make a difference. As we see this replay from the previous third down, it's the little things that are going to make the big difference here in this game. Just, pass slightly behind, snap a little bit high. I would say we've seen 3 just slight mistakes from Cardiff in that first drive from them. With the low snap, the high snap, and the pass just slightly off.
So Brunel starting now on their own 11. Good kick from Luck. It's going to be a handoff to David Moore III. He's going to go to the round the outside, but the Cobras are going to be able to ensnare him for maybe a gain of just half a yard.
Yeah, they did a really good job there. Corner coming off the edge as well. Everybody just making sure that that is sealed down immediately. Really good effort there from Cardiff on that first down run.
Another look at this. I mean, one of the things that Brunel was really happy with David Moore was he can run through tackles, but when you've got that many black jerseys in the area, you've got to be impressed here with Cardiff. There's going to be, again, very, very little gain. I think there is something there, but could we see now Jelinski maybe go back to the form of their Division 1 run last year of just being able to sling this ball? We know that he can do it.
Listen, if all else fails, just heave it down the field and hope for the best. Second down and long, probably a good time for a pass as we will see a play action.
Here we go.
Looking deep. He's got a couple of men. They've got some space. Will there be a flag? Doesn't look like it.
And I mean, we can hear, we're just sat behind the Brunel Burners. They wanted a flag, but the referees are not going to indulge them.
Listen, if I was on the sideline, I'd want a flag for every play.
Yes.
You know, you can't trust that one. So we see it going deep here. He did have the man, did have the step. As we see the Cobra defender, really tough to say. Didn't have his hands all over him, jumping up to try and make a play himself. Those ones are really tough. And I think as we see this ball coming in here, the hand is up. Does he make a tackle?
And Elliot Daniels, the intended receiver there, joined from the SGS Pride. It's going to be a third, and I still want to say like a 3rd and 9.5. I'm not willing to give it the full 9, but 3rd. Down here again, Jelinski. Oh, there's a man coming. Oh, he's able to get it to Moore.
Space. He's got tons of space. Good blocking from number 78 there.
Oh. And I mean, Moore being able to get them out of a very, very sticky situation. And I mean, Jelinski under some pressure there, but does not phase the former Chapman University quarterback.
No, and when the pressure's by design, you know where you want to go with this ball. You're hoping somebody's off the edge. You know where your man's going to be. And look at that, just a convoy in front of them. Good push there from 78 to clear some space. Already downfield. Great work, great field position. And the first down of this game goes for about 25. As they go back to the run game here. Looking for the edge, finds the edge, still on his feet, makes it past the first down. Great running there.
I mean, this is sort of the more classic Brunel here. I think that's Rashim Ashodi on the carry. No, it's not. It's David Pinto. I mean, he was fantastic for them last year. Coming in as a rookie last year, I believe he may have won Brunel's offensive postseason. Pinto was definitely a name that the Brunel Burners could hang their hat on for reliability.
Yeah, big players play big in big moments, and unfortunately that pass goes incomplete. And yeah, just going back to that, Pinto, as you say, carrying in the playoffs and looking to keep that momentum into this season, showing that growth and just lowering where he needs to.
Game against the Portsmouth.
He's conferring on position of the ball, but I don't think it will be a touchdown. Really good running, great blocking here to get to the outside as we see him really patient. Beats the first couple of men that just haven't got the speed to keep up, and then just turns it as he turns up the field. And unfortunately stepped out of bounds as the offense is moving further and further back. Makes me wonder if there was a penalty.
Kieran, did you see a flag on that play? Okay. So we were too busy talking about the great play of Davide Pinto that we did quite see the yellow laundry on the field, but there definitely was some, as we can see, that the Brunel Burners are not starting on the 1 or 2 yard line.
Okay, and Brunel lining up here. From under centre, going for a dive up the middle.
And Pinto gets some space there, but the Cardiff Cobras managed to drag him down. So referee's timeout here. We are aware we are having some technical problems. Just bear with us slightly.
Nice of the referees to call a timeout while we're struggling over here.
So this is going to be a radio broadcast for just a little bit while we get our man in the tower ready to go. 2nd and 4 here for the Burners. Under centre, it's going to be a handle this time to Moore. He's going to burst around the outside, going right. And he keeps on pushing.
Yeah, and in that little run there, great work. But keeping patience, bouncing to the outside, spinning out of a tackle, handing somebody else off. And you're just going to have to trust me that all of these things happen.
So we are going to have to deal with both me and Craig just for a little bit while our cameraman and our tech team climb the tower to figure out why that particular stream is frozen. But we are still here.
Yeah, and I got to say, I do tend to look at the screen when commentating, so I'm going to look at the game rather than just telling you what me and Chris are up to here.
Yes, exactly. What did you have for breakfast today,
Yes,
Craig?
first and goal, dive up the middle,
So
tackle in the
going.
backfield.
So he's going to have at least 2 yards on this 2nd now and goal.
Yeah, and I wonder if Brunel have seen something in the first couple of drives, maybe something they saw when Cardiff played Portsmouth, but they are really...
That'll be 2nd down and goal here for Brunel. We'll see if they continue. If they get this run game up the middle, I mentioned it's going to be more difficult for Brunel pass. And the middle is going to be a run. Looking spun to the outside. He's made some space. He's stumbling. Down at the inch line. That way now the Brunel could win the match. Yeah, looking at the size of everybody, I can't believe this wasn't happening.
Lining up under centre, sneak is a possibility here. Not long to go for the touchdown, and it will be a sneak. He gets to his feet though before going. He backs himself in. They're going to give the touchdown.
I mean, that was definitely a lot harder than maybe Brunel have faced in a while. But again, I don't think this is just going to be a cut and dry case of Brunel get the first score, and it's just going to be score after score for them here. But kind of got to be disappointed with that. But this is what I sort of came to expect from Brunel coming into this season. They're just going to pound this rock.
The replay here, look, you see QB, not really a sneak. He gets quite tall, and luckily he's able to just back himself into the end zone there. Because Cardiff be quite disappointed not to stop that with how that played out. But really, the story of that drive was big plays making the difference. Really looked like Cardiff were going to get another 3 and out, and going from the 11-yard line all the way into the end zone. Good way to settle the nerves after what was a disappointing first drive for Brunel.
I mean, given the first offensive play of the day for Cardiff is a sack, so we mentioned to see how can they set the pace for their offense here. You don't want to get overwhelmed by the yellow jerseys of Brunel. It could very well happen.
No, and what I would like to see from Cardiff on this drive is everybody just playing a little bit lower, okay? I think that would be something that would help Cardiff out here massively, especially in their run game and in their protection as well.
So we're ready for the second offensive drive from Cardiff. Of course, Brunel could, do an onside and make me look silly, but I can't imagine that they will.
You know, as somebody that's seen a lot of the UE Bullets games, I'm primed to expect that kind of nonsense, especially if with their special teams coordinator Anthony Fersman. I suspect things will be a little bit more traditional here as he hoofs it deep, collected by number 10. On a reverse to number 4. And he's got some space. He's found some space. He's found the lane. He's going to get to at least the halfway line.
Oh, he's done. The ball's out. The ball's out. Oh, but he manages to keep a hand on it. I think that is going to be Cobra's ball. We can see some of the Brunel coaches trying to signal that it's their ball, but definitely.
Listen, if you're on the field and you aren't trying to act like you got the ball, what are you doing? Yep.
So let's have another look at this. Koskai fumbles it, manages to just snatch it out from number, I think that's 39 of Brunel, managing to get it. Heads up play, great return, great field position here for the Cobras. I mean, after a touchdown from Brunel, because I feel like some of these teams, they get overwhelmed with Brunel. The yellow jerseys, maybe not in years prior, but they've become a demoraliser when you see Brunel run up against you. I think that's where Brunel want to be, but the Cobras want to make sure, hey, we're going to keep a level head.
You know, I think a lot of this game is going to come down to fundamentals, especially for Cardiff. You know, you come here to London, it's a big old bit of travelling to do. There's a lot of noise on the Brunel sideline. They're a very loud team. They're clearly good, cohesive unit. Cardiff just need to remain calm, keep their fundamentals going, and hopefully come away with some points here.
So yeah, I had a good completion on his third play of the game here.
And offside, false start. Let's see who moved first.
So that's going to be a false start on number 70 of the Cobras. And I mean, after a great return, let's be honest, the complete opposite of what you want here.
Yeah, it's a momentum killer, things like that. Just make this a lot more difficult, especially after such a big play. You really feel like things are on your side. You can build on that momentum, build another big play, and now a little bit tougher to get that first down, but I suspect the play call shouldn't change too much here.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle. So about maybe 4 yards there before being brought down.
Yeah, that's a great tackle from number 54 for Brunel there. Charlie Cox. And he's one of two true rookies that they've got, but just sealed that hole up. Big tackle. And yeah, just drove his man backwards for a gain of about 3, 2nd and 12. He says with confidence.
So Ollie Price, the back in for the Cobras, managing to gain 3 yards into it. Yeah, I was looking, gets it to his man. But I mean, something that you said earlier, Craig, is he's not finding his man in stride. Koskai just standing up completely straight to catch that ball, allowing for the sea of yellow to come and consume him.
Yeah, and the ball, the way the ball travelled, it felt a bit slow. It gave the Brunel defender some time. As we see the replay here, he does get it out. I think the wind just held that up a little bit. And yeah, realistically, he made the catch. The whistle came there, but I think he's been hard done by with the position of the ball. I think his momentum was stopped as soon as he caught that one.
So 3rd and 9 now for the Cobras. Great field position. They're going to need something big here as they move over to a trip. It's a bit of a low snap here. Yeah, gets out to the right side. Oh,
rather give you an extra 15 yards, start you at the 40, and trust our defence from there. And with what we've seen so far, why wouldn't they? There's Cardiff line up here. On the 41-yard line, there's a flag on the play. They're staying on the ground.
Oh, I mean, Ollie Price running into a brick wall, but there is going to be a flag on the play.
Cardiff.
On Cardiff. As Cardiff, I don't think we're aware there was a flag, so they were getting set up.
They were getting set up for second down. It is going to be a repeat of first down, 1st and 15.
But once again here, the Cobras starting with a penalty.
Yeah, you know, you've just added 50% to what you need to achieve in the next 3 plays. It's a lot as they look to toss play.
And Price does not have the space, and that is going to be another loss of yardage, this time inflicted by the defense of the Brunel Burners.
Yeah, the defense were in the backfield immediately there. It looked like it probably would have been a bit of man coverage as the running back was just covered immediately, even though he was 7 yards deep. And that will be another loss of yards as the whistle goes.
And really starting to put pressure on how the referees are.
It's the end of the quarter already.
It's going to be the end of Q1, and I mean,
really?
I mean,
this has gone quick.
I mean, with that pick 6 from McFarland, those first 2 offensive drives from both teams was really pitching this to be a lot more of a close contest, but it just seems like the offense of the Cardiff Cobras is being consumed by the Burners.
Like to see Cardiff just pick up the intensity a little bit.
Did you just say putting the burners on?
Not intentionally. Not intentionally.
Next year we said if Yarrow had a reception that the Cobras a snake bit or something.
You're better at this than me.
No cliches here at Depth Chart Sports, none. So first play of the second quarter. Second and 18. Yarrow's got, and he's just going to be swallowed up. And I mean, the Cobras are going to, coaching staff of the Cobras are going to have to be trying to sort something out here because they've not got much, and I can imagine they don't want to be completing that ball from Yao to Koskai, considering just how, you know, McFarlane was there.
Absolutely, and what I'm seeing from these Brunel DBs is, you know, they're hanging off the line of scrimmage quite a lot. They want to give the underneath routes.
Bit of a high snap. Yao's got it, but he's being pursued. He's right there. He just has to toss it over to his own sideline. Yeah. Again, I don't know what it is about Site 5 here, but it seems as though the Burners are the only ones not having horrific problems when it comes to snapping the ball.
Yeah, did you mention?
Sorry.
And we're going to see a slow-mo of this play here. High snap, really high snap. Yo does a great job of getting down, but pressure immediately as the line just collapses, gets the ball off just in time.
I mean, we did see a bit of a not ideal snap from Cardiff last time. Luck is always a dangerous threat as a punter. Goes to him perfectly, and Luck gets it away. That's a high ball, not a long ball. And it is going to be returned.
I think it was a free return. I do believe it came off the Cardiff defender. So let's just see if that was going to be a free return.
good kick from luck, but I mean, you could definitely tell that the wind was causing some problems there.
Yeah, number 17. Looks like he's about to bring it down on his foot like prime Ronaldinho from the air, but based off the referees, doesn't look like it did. It's going to start from the 21-yard line.
I mean, obviously, Brunel last time going from their own 11 to put their foot there. Well, their only offensive touchdown on the board today.
Yeah, and they needed it. They were in the third down, third down, called a screen play, middle screen, and it went really, really well. They got a lot of confidence in what they do right now, going straight to the air on this first down.
It's hard to sort of pick apart Brunel when they're 13 up now. They've been undefeated for the whole of last year. Current Division 1 champions. But you have to say, to pick it apart, last week it was flags. This time, is it going to be the hands of the receivers?
Yeah, number 2 there looked like he just Shaquan Braithwaite looked like he just felt the footsteps coming through. Cardiff player looking to make a hit there, which might have just distracted him from making the grab.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Burners. I mean, Jelinski's always got that fire in him, and when he was walking on that field, you could tell he's going to be rolling out. Flags come in. I'm not particularly surprised. There was definitely some miscommunication on the line there, as we see some pointing from the Cardiff players. So yeah, it's going to be a full start on the Burners.
And just like that, 2nd and 16, 2nd and 15, 2nd and 16.
So Jelinski, I mean, Warriors QB over the summer, and putting a great stint at E5s. He's definitely one of these players trying to really stamp his name in British American football as someone who's come over here from the States. I mean, you've got to look at it so far. Like he's the quarterback that finally took Brunel out of that's not slump, but 8 years of making the playoffs in Division 1 and never getting promoted, never even making it to a semi-final. But he was the QB to do it. Pinto, no, that is going to be David Moore. Going to be lots of horizontal running from Moore. I mean, pretty successful there from the Cobras.
Yeah, they did a really good job there. The worry was once he bounced to the outside, was he gonna turn the jets on and take it downfield? This time Cardiff's aware of it.
You see that? I mean, that breakdown, David Moore was not able to reach full speed there at all. And I think that's going to be one of the key pieces that the Cobras need to limit David Moore's ability to turn the Burners on.
Yeah, see.
So 3rd and 15 now for the Burners. They're going to need something big here. And I mean, again,
no, we've seen them do it before. Are they going to do it again? Cardiff, really good contain on that last play. Now to change their thought process, know where the first down marker is, keep everything in front of them. This will be a pass. You see some motion, going to the air, looking that way immediately, changes his mind, going upfield. He's got some space. Oh. Good tackle.
Wow. I mean, what a defensive play that was. Number 54. Lewis Reese. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Jelinski's taking off, and he does have those legs, but it's going to now bring up a 4th and 2.
There's so much space there. You see 54 turning around, Lewis Reese getting round.
But I mean, what a great play there from Jelinski. Just being able to extend that ball. It's 4th and 2.
I expect them to punt here. Their defense has done a fantastic job. Oh, and look at that. Lewis nearly stripping the ball out. Really good job there from Christian to...
I mean, look at that hand on the ball. I mean, you've got to give credit there to number 3 of the Burners to just, not put them in a really difficult situation and just allow them to punt the ball.
Really good effort. Good hustle play there, leading to this punt.
Almost. I mean, there were some Cardiff players with their hands up in the area. Oh, I mean, a great punt there. Cardiff are going to have a real problem if they can't get their offense humming.
Yeah, they really need to make something happen here on this drive. That first quarter went very, very quick, and it's going to happen with both teams just relying on the run game here. Not a lot of stoppage and play. They really need to get something before the end of this half. Obviously, they will get the ball back in the second half to start it. So any scores here is going to be beneficial for them in the long term. But just in terms of morale, I think they're going to want to make something happen here. Their biggest play is from a kick return. You know, you want something on offense. You want your playmakers to do something. A bit of motion.
Here from Cardiff again, we are just trying to get this technical problem sorted. It's going to be
big boys on there.
Should we just ask them politely to move?
Yeah. And just wait to hear from the referees.
I mean, if this is going to be another flag on Cardiff, I'm not so sure. Does that make this the third time their opening drive on a possession? No, it's going to be on Brunel.
This point still stands. Every first down Cardiff has had has been a penalty.
Yeah, I mean
just this time just benefited
I mean
them.
that's a 15-yarder as well. I mean, Brunel Burners helping out the Cobras. They're getting them out of the danger zone.
Yeah, and it's just negated what was a fantastic punt from that punt unit. Going to the air.
Got it. Great snap this time. Youst flings it.
Great ball.
Oh my lord! Absolutely sensational there from Cardiff. I mean, that's definitely going to be the biggest play of the day here for the Cobras.
Yeah, that was a great play. Really found his man through it where only his man would be able to grab it. You see number 7 for Brunel coming down here. Maybe aiming a bit too high with this tackle at the end, as we'll see here, but fantastic play there from Cardiff.
Boom. But I mean, what a grab that was.
And was that was that Seb on the grab, number 10?
It was, yeah. I think it's Seb Donoso, is that the...
Yeah, Seb Donoso.
So just a small run there from Price. It's going to gain them 2 yards, bring now up 2nd and 8 here. But I mean, after a play like that, if you're the Cobras,
yeah,
I
as
mean,
we see it again here, look, lots of yellow jerseys, but finds it where only his man is, just gets it over the defender, and then just as we see this tackle,
oh, high snap there, Yow's got it, gets it out to Price.
and the ball's down. Are they going to say that's a pass or a fumble? They're going to say it was a pass. They're saying that's forward, but Mark Yao is down.
So once again now, snaps being a big problem here.
Yeah, you really need to get that under control. He's just making things a lot more difficult than they need to be. And you know, when things like that happen, you're giving up a down. You know, you're giving up a down. You've only got 3 of them to get to the first, and Cardiff are playing like they only want to take 2 attempts.
So 3rd and 8 now for the Cobras. Can they lock down this snap issue? Good one there.
Sending a lot of numbers here.
Yeah,
there should be some space.
There's no one really in the air. I mean, it looks like one of their receivers caught it on the bounce. But I'm not sure if you knew this. You can't have bounce passes in American football.
This is not one end. If it bounces,
I
you
thought
can't
it
catch
was.
it on
I thought it was for the longest time, but no, it's not.
It's an outrage. I couldn't even catch it if the ball was rolling to me, to be honest. So
4th and 8 here. Doesn't look like a change of personnel.
No, I think you've got to go for it at this stage. Like, you're out of field goal range. You can't really punt here. Brunel seem very, very determined that there's maybe some trickery afoot here on this play, but we shall see.
A
Bad
dribbler
snap
on the
again.
floor. Yao is being pursued and a great sack. And the Burners are going to be taken over, I think, just 1 yard shy of the middle of the field.
Yeah, and that's the last thing that can happen on that play. That's the last thing you want. Aiden Cole's there, again with the sack. Just immediately doing whatever this scheme is to try and kick the guard out to block that edge just isn't going to work. This guy's too much of an athlete, and he's made Cardiff pay multiple times today already.
I mean, the Cobras, once again, having a good play, but just not being able to string anything together
Yeah, Cardiff they're gonna have to make some adjustments here. You're seeing too many defenders running through clearly. Things just being a little bit off base.
I mean, the Burners' use of just changing up these formations constantly. Jelinski's still got it.
Yeah, he's
Looking
got
at
a man deep.
fling
Number
it.
6 has some space, but the ball's just out of range.
20.
Yeah, looking for Travis Carpenter there. And we'll see here in this replay just the kind of difference that we're seeing between the two pass games and just how much time Christian had here to pass. Look at that. Everything just bottled up in the middle. The line doing a great job. Just airs it out a bit too much for the big completion there. But it was there, and he had the time to see it all day.
So that's 2nd and 10 here for the Burners. Being able to get it out to Pinto, but Pinto's immediately caught, and that's going to be a tackle for loss for the Cobras.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. Who was it, number 54, I believe, getting in there first, which was, I believe, Lewis Reese. Said his name a couple of times today. Really good tackler of the ball.
Let's have another look at this. I mean, like the snap definitely seemed to have some loft on it.
Yeah, it just hangs a little bit there.
Look as though Brunel were trying to get people round to that outside to block for him, but the Cobras just managing to penetrate that line. It's going to bring up a 3rd, and I'm going to say 12. Oh, I'm going to give that a 13 instead.
Yeah, we'll see what they go with here. The screen worked for them in the first drive. On the second drive, sorry, will it work here again? Either way, they're going to the air.
Bring Kamara to the right-hand side.
And a screen again, middle screen. So much space. And keeps those legs pumping. Still on his feet, still driving. First down and way more, still going.
And I mean, that is why the Brunel Burners were excited when they got David Moore to join this football team. Just like that, he has changed a disastrous situation into a great one. Let's have another look at this.
Yeah, David Moore does a great job here. Just middle screen once again. Lowers his shoulder, keeps the feet pumping, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people
we've
all
got
around him.
We have to say there that number 14, Kamara, they're celebrating maybe slightly too early, and then realising that he's probably getting in a.
He's going again. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. But look, that's just a big difference here between these two teams, and it's being seen in the running backs. The legs are driving, the shoulders are being lowered. And when there's contact, Brunel are going forward. Cardiff are going backwards on offense and defense. And that's going to be a big change here. So you see the referee pointing out clock, I believe, to the sidelines.
So I will say, ladies and gentlemen, this stream is brought to you by Togs by Emma, that provides custom branded clothing for sports clubs all around the world, including some Brittle teams such as the Brunel Burners, Kent Exiles and London Blitz. Go to togsbyemma.com for number 1, Brunel merchandise, but also for your own custom branded team wear.
Cheers, Emma, smashing it as always.
There's going to be a run to the right-hand side. Not too much on that play here, but this is starting to get demoralising for Cardiff. They seem as though they've managed to contain this explosive offense of the Brunel Burners, and then David Moore is able to just rip the Burners straight out of a very sticky situation.
Yeah, he's been doing a fantastic job. It comes down to this O-line as well. They're just doing a really good job blocking, understanding their assignment, making space, and there's just a cohesion, you know, between the line and the running backs of allowing plays to develop and trusting each other to make it happen.
I mean, look at this.
Look at that, so low into contact. Spinning out of it as well, just keeping going. Those legs are pumping, you can see him amongst the chaos. You see those legs, number 22, just still driving.
I mean, you can tell why he's the leading rusher in Colorado high school history. He's bringing it to Brunel here. But this time Jelinski's looking, there is some space there. Oh, it's picked off! Oh, and the Cobras get something big here. And the referees are going to say there's definitely some pointing that maybe that touched the floor, but James Ford Bannister, our head ref, is pointing in the direction of the Cardiff Cobras.
Yeah, it was Hayden Yeoman's.
I mean, he had 2 last week. He had 2 last week. One of them a pick.
Hopefully Cardiff on offense are able to do something. We just see him just getting in the way of that. Just grabs it, turns the ball over. And Cardiff really want to make something happen here with this drive as we get closer and closer to halftime.
And we saw Yao be able to complete a big pass here. They're going to need something similar because this Brunel defense are going to come down hard. It's going to be a toss out to the left-hand side, but there's not going to be a whole lot. The Cardiff O-line coming in to push the pile, but seems they were pushing more horizontally than anything else.
Yeah, this is a north-south game, not an east-west game. Although I guess it is east-west with Wales and England.
Yes.
East and west. But you all know what I meant.
We're not going to try and frame it as England versus Wales.
Not with that attitude.
Or London versus the capital, the capital clash. God, if I would have thought of that earlier, I wouldn't have made such a terrible graphic of a child's drawing.
It's always easy when you know the answers. And we still don't have answers for this Cardiff offence. Hopefully we'll get some on this drive.
So yeah, it's got it. Better snap this time. Oh, and almost picked off. He was looking for number 18.
Yeah, he's just staring his players down. This Brunel's defence seems to be running a bit of zone where they're allowing their DBs to go deep. They're dropping some linebackers out wide. Just spreading things out a little bit, and it's... as we see this slow-mo, just staring his man down. And 5 does a great job. 5's initially on number 10. And he looks back at the quarterback, sees that the ball is going to be going nowhere near his man.
From Khalid Webb. 3rd and 8, Yao gets it out, found his man.
That's a first down.
That's going to be a first down.
That's more of what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, Yao's a cost guy. I mean,
there is a Cardiff player down.
Finding a man in motion there, so that is good, but it is going to be enough for a fresh set of downs for the Cobras. But can they keep stringing these together? We've seen Brunel be able to take it from their own 11 all the way down to the touchdown.
Yeah, I think there's this pass completion out wide. Good pass, really good
great job
completion.
from Koskei. I mean, that's a player who knows where the sticks are.
They've been looking for passes over the middle, and they've been looking to run to the outside, whereas I really think they're going to need to start passing to the outside and running up the middle. They had some really good play to start with, those dives up the middle, kept the defense honest, and honestly, like, these edge rushers for Brunel are quite scary.
So we also want to give thank you to Josh Ricketts Coaching for also sponsoring this live stream. The go-to injury rehab and performance coaching for football players and athletes of all levels, whether you're coming back from injury or want to stay healthy all season. Josh combines elite level sports therapy and strength and conditioning to keep you at your best. I went I'm not immediately sort of the hours.
I don't think a sports masseuse therapist is going to help me with my problems. As we, luckily, number 70, Kanal Wadwa, able to get back to his feet, which we like to see, brings this game back live.
On a hand up at the middle, and that ball was being juggled around there, not a smooth transaction of the ball. And I mean, Cardiff, I think they're lucky to escape with just a loss of 2 on that play.
Yeah, they're playing everything out of shotgun, and when you've got aggressive edge rushers, it just makes life a lot more difficult, and we're seeing that. And adding to that is some of the trouble we've seen with the snaps and the handoffs. After such a big completion, it is a shame to see a tackle for a loss. Looks like you're sending a blitz.
And Yao gets out, but just too much on that ball.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, these DBs are hanging off a little bit. It's going to be very difficult to get anything past these guys. You're going to have to out-athlete them, and they've got a 7-yard head start on the wide receivers. We're really not going to see anything deep, I don't believe.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Cobras. We have seen some good plays, but the offense just keeps on. Yao trying to get it out to number 18, and once again, almost.
Yeah, almost intercepted once again. Yao and these receivers just not on the same page at the moment. I wonder if there's some footing problems with how they're making their cuts and their routes, which is leading. Seeing that many yellow jerseys in the area, risky pass to go for.
So Ollie Luck back on the field to kick it away for Cardiff. Gets straight into his hands. Very close there from number 12 of the Burners. But Luck manages to get it away, and that's going to bounce. When we've seen the Burners start from just 1 yard inside of the Cardiff territory, it looks like it's going to be the same again here. But I feel like the Burners are such an aggressive team, and they have been for a while, that coming away with no points to them, I mean, that's almost as bad as an interception. I know obviously we did see an interception to get that, but not coming away with points is it's almost like a slap in the face. They feel disrespected, and I think obviously that's how you want to play, but sometimes it's not realistic, but for Brunel it certainly is.
Yeah, you've got to have the attitude that we can come out here and score, but what comes first is, okay, this play on the play sheet. What is this play designed to do? Is it designed to get a few yards? Is it designed to get a first down? Brunel understand the assignment every time they're coming out here at the moment, and they're just taking what's given. I believe that was close to a false start, but not given.
Pinto's got more as a blocker. I mean, that is just some great cooperative running back play there. More definitely being used as a shield, but I think you are right. I think there was a flag called because the Burners are walking back, and it certainly is going to be a holding call on Brunel.
Oh, there it is. I see the yellow. It's hard. All these yellow jerseys.
Yeah,
trying to find the flags is a challenge from this spot.
You know, it is they fly out and people are like, oh, it's like the terrible towels. Yeah, look at all these yellow flags on the thing.
Yeah, a lot of penalties on first downs in this game so far.
I mean, it's such a shame that play was wiped off the record books, because just seeing Pinto basically just pushing David Moore III to create some space.
Yeah, they did a really good job there together. Doing good on his feet. What a handoff!
And a stiff arm. I love a good. There is nothing better in American football than just a well-calculated stiff arm.
Yeah, I don't know if he was calculating the stiff arm here or just looking to get off me. Yeah, he gets a lot of the penalty yards back there. They're going to have to get low. They're going to have to play aggressive. They're going to have to. They're looking to hit now. They're not looking to tackle, because tackles are just being shredded. They have to get themselves low, and they have to drive through, because that's what these running backs are doing. These running backs love contact. They're all about it.
So it's the 2-minute warning. I mean, this game is going pretty quickly. Still 13-0 the score here for the Burners.
Yeah, and with Cardiff getting the ball to start the second half, I wonder if Brunel are thinking we need to score here just to solidify this lead. Lots of space on the outside. Great tackle.
And Pinto, they're getting some good space.
Yeah, and as we see this play again, we'll see George Owen come up with the tackle. But we just see this offensive line, just look at them, just crash down, create so much space.
Wow, I mean, look at number 78 there for the Burners.
Yeah, I believe he was pulling across there as well.
I mean, Cody Braithwaite there, just bringing the absolute heat from the line.
Yeah, it's a very, very well designed running play.
Third and 7 here for Brunel.
Yeah, and they're going to the air again. This time
Jelinski.
looking deep, looking for space. It's
There's
not
some
there.
space
He's
there.
still behind the line. He finds his man.
And another, I mean, terrible drop there from Brunel. And the punting unit comes on for the Burners. And then, I mean, in this late in the game, especially as the Cobras will be taking the ball in the second half, the absolute opposite of what the Brunel Burners want. Almost, I will say this is almost uncharacteristic for the Brunel Burners. Normally they're a bit, you know, a bit more smooth, a bit more dominating here. And I've got to say, defensive-wise, I'm quite impressed here with the Cardiff Cobras.
They're doing a really good job. We see in this replay here, just doing a really good job of collapsing the pocket, putting Christian under pressure there, just getting the ball away before crossing the line of scrimmage. It's a very difficult pass. He's across his body, over the field. Yeah, Cardiff are doing enough against this pass game, but it's the run game that they really need to slow down.
So
And we can see a block close. And that ball is still going deep. He's letting it go out.
Yeah. And I mean, Travis Carpenter building a great. No, I can't think of one. Damn. But yeah, Travis Carpenter with a great punt there, pinning the Cobras back. And I mean, when you've had the offensive problems that the Cobras have had, I mean, that's a great way to start. And hopefully Cardiff can not draw any yellow flags here that could send them back into. I mean, I'd argue this is the danger zone, especially because we have seen some high snaps here from the Cobras.
Yeah, and we'll see how Brunel choose to use their timeouts as well. Hopefully Cardiff can just remain calm, get a first down as they go to the air. He's in the end zone.
There is some space, and it's almost picked off. And I mean, you can tell the Burners just in front of us, they are absolutely furious.
Yeah, Jamal Walker there coming through, knows he should have had that one. And kind of the opposite to earlier, where the ball was put really where only the defender could get it. And under pressure, brave to go for the pass here, looking downfield, trying to find some space. Just puts it too high for his man, and yeah.
I mean, that would have been 19-0 to the Burners, I think.
Yeah, Jamal Walker wants that one back
I mean,
for
let's
sure.
have a look at this. Hopefully we get the player. Just look at how close he was to that. Oh!
Going to the air again, Cardiff. Rolling out.
Yo's got to get it away. He's got to find someone in the area. And I mean, now, third down now. Now it's starting to become an issue of giving the Burners the ball back, and you're going to be punting out of the back of your own end zone.
Well, and just 2 incomplete passes, so they've not had to burn a single time out. You're giving Brunel a lot of time on the clock if you are to punt ball back, and they've still got timeouts available to them.
They didn't have to what a timeout?
If you didn't drive me here, Chris, I'd leave.
So it looks like Yao's actually down on the opposite side of the field, and I mean that's not what you really want. I believe Sam Harvey, one of their receivers, is the backup quarterback in this sense, but I mean not what you want to see. If you're so it's Yao's walking off the field. He's not going to be involved in this play.
Yeah, and I expect Brunel will be preparing for a run up the middle here,
I mean,
just to...
I mean, it is number 7, Sam Harvey. I believe it's number 7. He's now in at quarterback for the Cobras. It's going to go to him. He's going to try and take himself, try and get some room. But the Burners...
Yeah, he gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
I believe that is going to be a timeout called by Brunel. It certainly is. So the Brunel are going to have a chance here, but I mean the pressure is all on the special teams unit of, or the punting unit of the Cobras here, because this is going to be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and you've not got a lot of space. They're going to be in the end zone going for this. If I was Brunel, not just because I love a punt block, I'd be sending the house to go for this one.
I mean, Ollie Luck is a great punter. You do have to fear the leg of luck, but I mean, it's going to be in a very, very difficult situation here, and it's going to be a timeout called by the Cobras now.
Yeah, I wonder if this is a personnel issue more than anything else. Should have an idea of what's going on, so I suspect they'll just be taking some people off, replacing them, probably looking at a max protect kind of look.
I mean, that's exactly what you want to see here, because some of the Burners have been able to really bring pressure upon the punter. I mean, Luck's a professional. He's not going to just, he hasn't just started playing this game. So he's going to be able to, deal with that. But when you're in a tight, compacted situation, it's always going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I think just with the way some of the snaps have gone today, things haven't been clean. I know Luck is a really good punter, but we've not seen the cleanest air time from these balls, and it's just due to the pressure that he's being put under immediately. And yeah, I mean, like I say, no sides, but I love a punt block, so I want to see something.
You can see number 5, Khalid Webb there. He's lining up at the Cardiff, basically at midfield here.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this leg has been doing, is probably about 45, 50 yards on the punt.
They were trying to very, very close. And I mean, great job from Luck. It's going to take a Cardiff bounce. Webb is staying away. And that is going to be downed at Brunel's 30. And I mean, that's a good way to get yourself out of a very, very
He did a very good job there.
Special team situation.
He did a very good job. He was let off by the returner, Brunel, not coming forward for that ball, letting the ball bounce. Probably went to about the 45. Field position here from a defensive standpoint.
But now, I mean, are we going to be able to see? I mean, this is where you can really, really unleash the air attack of Brunel. I believe they've got 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, I think Cardiff are preparing for a pass. They've got 4.
They're just going to take a knee.
Oh. And you wonder why they called a timeout. They're just going to take the knee.
To be fair, I'd imagine they were probably taking the timeout thinking, we're going to block this, we're going to have it in great field position. But that is it. I mean, 13-0 is going to be the score.
13-0, you've got a couple timeouts. Cardiff get the ball to start the second half. Maybe it's the degenerate in me, but I wanted to see them go for something there to end the half.
I mean, it's sort of, with Brunel being, normally the more aggressive side, it does tend to be something that I would have come to expect. But I'd imagine that the Burners are probably, considering how dominant they've been in, for the last year, they're probably a bit disappointed that it's only 13-0. And as far as I'm concerned, the Cobras' defense hasn't been too bad, but they need to get something going on offense.
Yeah, anything going on offense. Will be interesting to see if Mark comes back from for the second half if he's injured. What do Cardiff choose to do there? I'd like to see some changes in their blocking scheme. I think that's what's really letting them down on offense at the moment, is there's just too many free runners coming through, whether it's a pass or a run play. They're just not able to get anything going. But Brunel, yeah, they'll surely be feeling
ball after half time. When it comes to that first drive for Cardiff, when we enter the third quarter, I mean, that is going to be an absolute game changer. Cardiff walk away with points on that drive, more so a touchdown. I might be able to say another cliche that we've got a game on our hands, but as it stands right now, Brunel, I'd say probably facing, I'd argue, their toughest challenge in quite a while here with the Cobras. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to just have a little break for half time. We will see you in just a little bit. The scoreline as it stands right now, the Brunel Burners 13, the Cardiff Cobras 0. So we are back here in Site 5 for this Premiership South matchup. It's only 13-0 to the Brunel Burners over the Cardiff Cobras. Cobras, unfortunately, have not been able to get much going on offence. But one of their more successful plays in the first half was a kick return. Can they create some magic as they receive the ball to start the second half?
Yeah, this is going to be an important drive regardless of what happens. If they score, we suddenly got a one-score game. If they don't, heads might start to drop a little bit heading into the second half. We'll see what Brunel choose to do. After the big kick return first time round, they chose to kick it short and put trust in their defence. How are they going to start the second half?
And I think one of the bigger questions for Cardiff, we saw Nick Yao, who started as quarterback in the first half. He went off injured at the end of the first half. Will we be seeing number 9 for the Cobras return?
Yeah, I did see him doing some passing during the break there, during the halftime. So hopefully he's just testing out, you know, the body, making sure it can handle another half of football against this very physical Brunel team.
So Carpenter to kick it away. And that is just going to, again, I think they're not going to be giving it back to those returners. Brunel have identified that there are some problems with that could be arisen from the return team of the Cobras. And they're not going to have that. Let's see who's going to be the quarterback coming in here. It is going to be Yao. He is going to be back in. That is number 9 for the Cobras.
Yeah, so let's see how they choose to come out here. As we were saying before the half, Chris, would like to see them just kind of figure out their blocking a little bit. The edge rushers of Brunel have had way too much free reign, just dictating this game. We start with a run up the middle.
And Price is just going to be swarmed there, but managing to fall forward, getting some extra yards after contact. I do want to say we did have some technical and audio issues at the start of this game in the first half because we are quite close to an airport, but they have all been sorted out now. Wireless transmission, who needs it? So going to be a gain of 2 on the play there from Price.
And a free play by the looks of it. He's going to just go deep. Nobody in the area, but it was a free play.
So Yao, immediately being able to identify that he's got a free play there, he's going to have some yards tacked on here. Why not try and throw it deep? We have seen him connect on one deep pass, but unfortunately the Cobras were unable to capitalise and put some points on the board. And it's something that you said in the first half is that most of the first downs and large amounts of yardages from the Cobras have been born out of flags.
Yeah, they've really put themselves in a hole a lot of times for this game. As we see, quick speed pitch on the reverse.
And that is going to result in that being that 2nd and 3 now being extended back to going to be a loss of 4 on the play there.
Yeah, and this play just never got going. As we see the motion, Cardiff have ran a lot of motion. Brunel have been wise to it as we see him going deep, ball going behind. But yeah, these defenders just in the backfield immediately. The blocking really letting Cardiff down today.
Sam Reynolds was not fooled by that at all, number 49 for the Cobras. 3rd and 7. Yao's got some time. He's going to move out. He is being pursued, but Yao's still got some time, just throws it and just pings it at the sideline of the Brunel Burners. But you can't say there that Nick Yao did not have a lot of time in that pocket.
No, you see him, he gets his eyes downfield, looking for something, nothing there, nothing deep. Rolls himself out, nearly a sack, 55. Maybe looking for a bit of holding there, not called. But this Brunel pass defense doing a great job. The routes downfield just aren't open. They aren't open.
So Ollie Luck has got it again. Gets it away, looking for the right-hand side of the field. It's going to take a good bounce. And we saw it in the first half that Brunel managed to take it from their own 11 all the way to pay dirt. They're going to be having to scale almost the length of the field on their first drive in this second half.
Yeah, really good coverage there from the Cobras coverage team there. Just dropping that ball down, making it difficult. They've got a long, long way to go, Brunel, but they've done it once before. Can they start the second half by doing it again?
I do like that number, like 65, the 67 Furnham does just tower over everyone.
Yeah, that is a large man.
I genuinely mean this. He's only, like, I was talking to him before the game. I genuinely have to look up at him. I don't have to do that very often. But
well, welcome to my world.
So Moore moving to the other side of Jelinski. Jelinski's got it. He's going to toss it out to Moore on the right-hand side. And Moore has got a leg. And another stiff one, but being dragged down there. I mean, great pursuit there by number 17 of the Cobras. Dan James looked as though he was going to be another victim of David Moore, but being able to bring him down. You can see that this field, well, it's still quite nice at Site 5 today. I mean, there is still some mud on the pitch, and this pitch is getting torn up.
Yeah, Dan James does a really good job here. He comes into this tackle maybe a bit high, but just keeps driving those legs to drive through and bring down his man.
So going to be enough for a fresh set of downs for the Burners. Going to Moore again, this time up the middle. Gets past 154, is right there. Not going to be a whole lot. I say that, but that is going to look like a gain of, I'm going to say 6.
Yeah, it can be really deceiving. It can be really deceiving when they have these runs that go outside, and it can also be deceiving when, you know, he makes contact with his own tackle, but probably after a gain of 3 yards, as we see a replay on the play just before. Really good work, really good job bringing down his man, because otherwise that was going.
The second forward, we did speak to SJ, who, you know, does work for DCS, but also the analyst here for Brunel. He said, I think Christian's going to be having one of his games today, and I mean, we've seen some great throws from Jelinski today, but I'm sure he wants to stack some more touchdowns on the board for his quarterback. Kamara in motion. And it's going to go to Pinto on the left-hand side, and Pinto's going to have enough for a first down here. Stumbles, and he's going to have it, I think, just 1 yard shy of midfield.
Yeah, really good job of keeping his balance there. Even as he's falling to the ground, he's making sure, you know, those knees, those elbows, those forearms, they aren't touching. And this is just a speed play. This is things that we've seen so far, but instead of taking patience and seeing what's given, it's just beat the whole team to the edge, turn upfield and go. And really good pursuit from Cardiff, but they just didn't have the pace to shut that down earlier.
So yeah, from just 1 yard in their own territory. Bit of a high snap here. Goes to Pinto again. Moore's out as a blocker, and Moore just demolishes a man. Pinto's still going. And I mean, there are some plays that you're just happy that you're here to commentate on. You know, that may live forever.
Yeah, that's...
Pinto cutting it close celebration-wise, and Lewis Rees on the tackle. I'm sure we'll be able to give you a replay. A bit of a high snap there. Pinto's got it. We've seen this play before, but Moore just demolishing his man.
Yeah, and that play really sums up the difference here between how Cardiff and Brunel are playing this game. Brunel are steamrolling. Cardiff are just trying to find their feet a little bit, and unfortunately you can't find your feet when you're about to be taken down by a steam train.
Kamara in motion again here for the Burners. Oh, the ball is dropped. Moore picks it back up, but I mean, this may give Cardiff enough time to cause some damage, and it is going to be a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Cardiff have been very good with their pursuit. The angles have been good. They've just been maybe a bit high with how they're running.
And we've got an injured Cobra down.
Yeah, as we see a replay here of the fumble.
It looks as though Jelinski may have just let that ball go slightly too early for Moore. But I mean, Moore jumping on it. Gonna say that's a loss of 6 on the play. And now we get to show you David Moore here. Oh my Lord. Impactful.
Yeah, he knows what he's done.
He's stepping over the man.
That is a bad man.
And Pinto, I mean,
Yeah, look at his feet. Look at just good driving of the legs. Even here, he's getting tackled. His legs are still moving. He's falling forward while getting tackled by 2 guys.
And I mean, Ree's number 54 of the Cobras. He has been, you know, the defensive name that we have called out the most here for the black and red.
Yeah, I believe that's Lewis Reese. He's been all over the field and he's done a really good job.
So I can say, you know, coming in from getting an update from the DCS head of HR, that it was 56-0 to the UE Bullets over Loughborough, and the assistant head of HR, Quinton Wimmer, did throw for 2 touchdowns. Great day for the HR department of Depth Chart Sports up in Loughborough.
And UE, obviously a very dominant team, doing a lot, and they're starting the season strong. Two big dominant wins over Leeds and now Loughborough. Couple L's for the L's. As we, I believe the player's moving off his own volition from the injury. And
it does look like that. I mean, it's going to be interesting now. Brunel now facing down the barrel of a 2nd and 16.
Yeah, this is the most adversity Brunel have faced on this drive. And to be honest, the temptation might be to go to the air, but I mean, the way this run game has been today, put your feet in the ground and drop your shoulder.
When you look at it, like a drive such as this, you'd probably expect Brunel to maybe be up a little bit more when you consider that, you know, their touchdown, one was a pick 6 from Cole McFarlane, the other one was Jelinski running it in himself. You know, considering how Pinto and Moore have been playing, it's quite surprising that neither team are on the board yet. Kamara in motion for Brunel, and it's going to go to... no, it's going to be Moore. And Moore making people miss.
Still on his feet. He's still on his feet.
And how did he get a first down? That is absolutely amazing. That first contact was right there, and he's pushing it through. And, you know, I mean, already I'm so happy that... our cameraman Kieran did an absolutely fantastic job, because he wasn't faked out, but I certainly was. I thought Pinto had that ball, but Moore, 2 spins, stays in bounds.
Yeah, he's just keeping those feet driving. He is just moving. He is just pumping those legs. It's going to take a lot to take this man down. You know, we're seeing the slow-mo replay here. The first man coming in for the tackle trips him a little bit, but he has great balance. He's able to bounce off the second tackler with a lovely spin move. Able to see that second man just whoops him to the side. Keeps on his feet.
So it's going to go to Pinto.
And he's still going.
I'm falling forward even after that first bit of contact.
I think to any young players that are watching this, especially, you know, running back, skill positions, anybody that, you know, gets the ball in hand, look at how these running backs are moving today. They are keeping their feet pumping. They are not getting slowed down by tackles. You know, they are really driving low, strong, and fast.
I mean, it's been a masterclass. I mean, again, I'm still just in awe of Davide Pinto, because, I mean, last year coming into Brunel, doing fantastic, and I mean, working very much in tandem with David Moore, who's, you know, that's a dominant player before he even steps foot into a yellow jersey. So now Jelinski's going to take it himself. Jelinski's got some space. Oh, and he just falls just a yard shy. I don't think that's going to be a touchdown, but was that Jelinski or was that McFarlane? I think that may have been McFarlane at QB. I know last week he did have some plays. It wasn't Jelinski, it was McFarlane.
Yeah, just trying to get some more people in on this run game with a direct snap. With the lead, the QB lead. Breaking it to the inside. Yeah, this run game for Brunel has been something. This isn't like Sonic and Knuckles. This is just 1-2 punches, because they are both coming in fast, coming in hard.
So that was going to be a penalty on Cardiff, which means that ball is going to be placed, you know, basically the tip of that ball is going to be on the white line.
Yeah, and that's a really good run block in there from Brunel. They gave the runner one man to beat, and he doesn't necessarily beat him, but he runs through him and carries him for a few more yards, just short of the end zone.
I think Cole McFarlane, another Chapman prospect.
And that's in the end zone.
And that's going to be the second touchdown of the day for Christian Jelinski. Very much a similar play. This last time went to the left-hand side. This time he's gone over. Oh, sorry, not gone over. He's gone straight up the middle.
Yeah, a lot more comfortable on this sneak than he was in the one earlier in the game. You know, he starts himself off low, stays low. You see it in the legs there, drives forward. The gap is there, and the 6 points are on the board.
So 19-0 the score here.
Yeah, they'll be going for 2, I imagine.
But I mean, these touchdown drives definitely been set up here by DM3 and Davide Pinto.
Oh yeah, the run game of Brunel is really...
And they're going to try and make it 21 now. And Jelinski once again is going to take himself. Is he going to octopus? Let's have a look. Are they going to call that? And I mean, a sensational octopus there from Christian Jelinski. Misses the high five with his head coach. But I mean, that's probably the most embarrassing thing that has happened today.
Yeah, he does a great job here. They're just figuring out what's going on. They got big man in the backfield. He's just there for the lead block. Seals the edge so nicely. He cuts it up inside.
I mean, I just want to watch this. The biggest miss. Go for the handshake. Missed it.
Missed it.
But I mean, 21-0 the score here. Now with 14 of those points coming from Jelinski getting to the end zone. But I mean, the journey to get there was definitely through their impressive running back and their impressive O-line as well.
Yeah, hell of a celebration there for a total of what, like 1.5 yards for him. As you say, the rest of the 95 yards done by his running backs.
I mean, if that's not indicative of American football, because the only thing anyone's going to talk about here is the fact that Christian Jelinski has got 14 points today.
14 points and maybe even minus yards in rushing.
Yeah. So a much deeper kickoff than they've had in the last two. They're going to go for the reverse again at Cardiff. They're not going to hand it off to the return man, but I mean, there's certainly some space here. And could Cardiff do something special here? Gets around one, but tackled in the end. But another kick return that has been very, very dangerous. Cardiff starting in good field position. Yeah. But it begs the question, can they finally do something with it?
Yeah, they need to be able to do something actually on offense. You know, it's all well and good being able to do it in this special teams. Given the offense great field position, they just need to convert here now. Number 6 for Brunel, doing just enough there. I believe that's Travis Carpenter. Did just enough to let the trailing defenders come through, make the hit.
I mean, that's the punter himself.
Punter himself.
Punter. Well, the kicker himself, I suppose.
Either or.
So Price and Yao back in here. Toss out to Price. Going to the right-hand side there. There is some yards gained there, but again, a lot more horizontal running.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be mad at 3 or 4 yards there, considering, you know, a lot of their plays today have gone for a lot less. But those outside plays, it's just difficult to come by those yards with how well these edges are playing. You're not able to seal them as well for these outside runs.
So going to go to Price again, this time up the middle. And again, falling forward here for, you know, another flag comes in late.
Yeah, I see a Brunel player on the floor. I wonder if it was to do with him. Sam Reynolds.
They can't deal with me any other fucking way.
Personal foul on Cardiff. And I mean, you know, after a good run and like a decent amount of yards on that first attempt, going to be wiped away here for the Cobras. Very much. I know that you know, Cobras don't have feet. They're very much shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they definitely they're definitely doing some sort of snake pun inserted here. But yeah, they finally get a drive going. They finally play the game in a way which is, we've got 3 downs to make 10 yards, and here they are. They've now got 2 downs to make 25. Going to the air, short pass.
And gets out, and I tell you what, diving forward, it's going to be interesting to see where the referee's spot. I mean, that's a decent amount of yardage there for the Cobras. They're now going to be staring down a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, third and 12, looking a lot better. Down markers are...
I believe it is a 3rd and 12.
So their call is fourth on the down marker. I'm guessing it happened after the play, the unsportsmanlike.
So that's 4th and 12 here.
Then they gave like 20
Now
yards.
he's got some space here. And
He's
that is going to be
caught.
caught by Sam Harvey. And Sam Harvey is, and I mean, look at him, he's still on his feet. I mean, you've got to call forward progression there. But I mean, once again, it does seem as though, and we do have a referee down, which is a, you know, that referee is okay.
Yeah, I think there was just in the commotion, I think he got caught in the middle of it. Maybe just got hit behind by some pursuing defenders. Good pass. Good work from Cardiff. And more importantly, getting themselves out of a 3rd and long situation for the first time today.
I mean, last week, Harvey went for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he may be right on the edge of giving Cardiff their first points on the board. Because, like, let's be completely honest, 21-0, it's not a, you know, no time to give up hope in winning this game.
No, not at all. And hopefully it just gives them some positive reinforcement that they are capable of hanging here with Brunel. This offense hasn't been able to do too much, but a big play there and score an opportunity.
So fakes it to Callum Kelly, throws it long. Oh, and that was, I mean, an absolutely spectacular almost there.
Yeah, this was a really fun play to see. Good work, good throw. Put it up nice and high for his receiver to get this, but the cornerback, I believe it's Jamal Walker, doing a great job. Full extension, you'll see it here. Jumping arms up, does just enough.
And I tell you what, Ollie Luck is, he may look small on camera, but that's a tall man, so be able to jump up and knock that ball away from him.
Going to the air again.
Looking for Sol Donoso, he's got it. Fakes one
Good
man.
move.
And that is going to be a touchdown on the day for the Cardiff Cobras. I mean, finally some life here now with Cardiff.
Yeah, Seb Seal Donoso with the touchdown. Really good play here. You see QB looks to the side, goes back across. Really nice move there, just to get to the inside and just enough to make it into the end zone.
I mean, you know, with that kick return, who was that? Number 10. Who's got the touchdown for Cardiff? Number 10.
Yeah, they've got some really good skill position players on Cardiff, and it seems like they're starting to find their momentum a little bit here.
So going for 2.
And he's
He
got
has
the
got it
space.
himself. He certainly has. And I mean, just like that, it's 8-21. And I mean, if there's momentum on the side now of Cardiff, we could. I'm not going to say. Oh, no, should I say game on our hands? Should I say it?
You can say what you want, mate.
I don't know. Should I say it? I'm looking at my producer. Should I say it? Yeah, so we've got a game on our hands. He's allowed me to say it.
No, a really good job there. Another QB running it in.
Which, you know, something that you said earlier in this game is that the kick return of the Cobras is going to play a massive part in any potential scoring drive they may have, and you can't say that was, you know, there's any lie in that whatsoever.
No, they did a really, really good job, and you understand why Brunel have been choosing to, you know, kick it short. They don't want to risk that return at all. But now it's time to see what the Brunel kick return unit can do.
But I mean, what a great move there from Seb Donoso.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Really good awareness, knowing where the line is, diving across it.
So Ollie Luck, who wasn't able to bring it in, is going to be kicking it away. And oh, what a kick from Luck. He's going to be returned. He's going to be Kamara on the return, and Kamara is caught up. Brunel are calling for a flag. Was a bit of a brutal tackle, but no yellow laundry coming in, and that is going to be. Oh,
yeah, there's some yellow at the back. Yeah, there's some yellow at the back here.
Gosh. Thank you, Kieran, for zooming in on that. I did not see that at first, but 2 flags now come in. I mean, there's some.
Yeah, see some reactions, maybe something being said that some sidelines don't like.
So horse collar on Cardiff. So that's going to be 15 yards gifted to Brunel.
Yeah, as the referee's just sorting out what happened. Might just be a case of just calming everybody down, letting the game continue.
And that referee on the right there, his whistle is the man who was on commentary with me last time. So it's Seb is out here. Seb is out here, but this time in his whites. But looks like after play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on Brunel.
An ejection? I'm trying to figure out my hand signals, but it looked like he was giving the old "get out of here."
Yeah, you're out of here. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, the referee's now coming over to talk to Coach James Kelvin on the sideline, but it looks as though there may be an ejection here. It's going to be interesting to see who that is. We don't.
Yeah.
So Cole McFarland. Oh, the man who got the pick 6 earlier in the game, he has been ejected from the game.
Yeah, and understandably not
throwing
happy
his
about
helmet
it.
down on the sideline. I mean, that's a huge loss. That is a huge loss for Brunel, because that doesn't just mean that he's out for this game. He's going to be out for the next game against Exeter next week as well.
Yeah, it's you never want to be in that situation where you feel like you're letting your team down because of emotions getting the better of you potentially. We didn't really see what happened. There was commotion on both sidelines, and it looks like the
referee crew are now going over to Coach James Kelvin, who's, I mean, you're going to be very unhappy. McFarland is a key piece of this Brunel Burners, both defence and offence as well.
Yeah, he's a good player, good personality. You can tell the players like being around him.
So let's just see. So we're going to be looking at the kick return here. Let's try and figure out where number 12 is. I think he may be lead blocking for Kamara, but I think the penalty is going to be coming after the play. I mean, there was definitely some commotion here from the Brunel Burners players after the kick return, after the horse collar. We saw that second flag come out, but now Cole McFarland is going to be having to make the long walk back to the changing rooms here from Site 5, and that is going to be a big loss for Brunel.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's not just necessarily what he does on the field on all 3 phases of the game, but what he brings to the team in terms of just culture.
I genuinely mean this. Like, this is probably the most quiet I've ever heard the Brunel sideline. In all of my time being here, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the quietest they've been today. They've definitely taken something from them that, and basically just negates the horse collar tackle as well. On a less important note for the team, they're going backyards. But yeah, we did see the Cardiff coach really animated at something that happened on the field, and obviously that's what's led to this ejection. I'm sure we'll hear more. But for now, it's first and 10 for Brunel.
There's Kamara coming in motion again here, giving it some more, going to the left-hand side.
Cuts it back into the middle. Horse collar again.
There's going to be another one here. I mean, Cardiff just want to gift that yardage straight back to Brunel.
We've got a Cardiff player down injured as well. But yeah, as we see this, they're looking to go to the outside. Really good job of cutting. You see him here, keeps his feet. And because even though some players are having some trouble on this surface, because he's keeping his feet moving, those cuts is just a lot more dynamic. He's not just planting the foot, trying to change direction. It's keeping the feet bam, bam, bam before he goes. That's the technical term, by the way, for changing direction really quickly.
So coming through here, but I mean, like, I wish I had that fast twitch muscle fibers to get straight off that. Even saying the word fast twitch muscle fibers, can't even say it. It's making my legs hurt here, but I mean, like, just almost trying to take that jersey off of his shoulder pads.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take any muscle fibers I can get myself personally, but I won't accept getting horse collar tackled like that. That was, that was a tough one. But he was to his feet. The player down is a Cardiff player. He is getting some medical attention there.
And George Owens, another one of the Cardiff Cobras who plays for the South Wales Warriors during the Senior Ball season. And he did have a touchdown last week. And now he's going to be giving the Brunel Burners 15 yards.
Yeah, and basically we're back to where we are. So it's almost like the ejection never happened, but it did. The Brunel Burners are down a player.
They're down a very important player as well. And what I mean, so the Cardiff player going off under his own power. But I mean, like I say, over the last few minutes, given that we've had an ejection and these flags, it feels like the pace of this game is very much slowed down. Coming in from half time, obviously Cardiff then scoring. And I think this benefits the Cobras more than it does the Burners.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Cardiff down Luke Smith at the moment, who, a very good player, played for the Aztecs, so they'll be wanting to get him back as soon as possible. But yes, you're right, like coming back from the break, this quarter already feels longer than the first half.
Yes.
And Cardiff scored. They were able to do more of what they wanted. There was some deep passing in there was short passing, they were able to run a little bit. And now, like you say, things have just kind of come to a crawl.
So fresh to the downs here. Toss it out to 2 more. Got some space on the right hand side. And there's Giorgio, number 32. Did cause that horse tackle, but right there managing to push David Moore III out of bounds. But enough for a first down.
Yeah, really, really good run in there. Really interesting play. I kind of want to see where this pitch starts and ends, because it kind of looked forward. But it was very close. Lateral. We'll say lateral.
I mean, if the Music City Miracle can be considered lateral, that could definitely be considered lateral.
We've got better cameras, though.
I was going to say, like, no, this isn't the place for it, but the Music City Miracle was definitely a forward pass. Just saying, it definitely was.
It's a nice hill to die on during this Brunel versus Cardiff game. Currently 21-8 to Brunel.
So Kamara in motion, going to go to Moore to the left-hand side here.
Still on his feet.
I can't believe he's still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Great run in.
And he's going to be dragging number 32 with him, and it looks like number 32 is going to be hopping off. Key defender there for Cardiff is now going to be out. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, George Owen. Good player, does a good job there. Not before, it should be a tackle for a loss, and there he is, just having to drag to make the tackle.
So 4 yards now for the Burners to get a first down.
Yeah, and if you're the Burners, you got to go to the ground, I think, and they do. They've got some space.
And Davide Pinto is
ball.
So Davide Pinto getting the first down.
There was more to my sentence, but ball, I realised. I was like, ball's on the ground, but it wasn't at all. Just a very, very strong tackle. Looked like he came through with the hammer fist. But good ball control there.
I mean, look at that space just opening up in front of Pinto. Good tackle there from 45 of the Cardiff Cobras.
Jack Dalton, very good tackle.
Not going to be enough to prevent the Burners first down. I mean, with these run plays, we can sort of establish why this game is, well, in the first half anyway, was going at light speed. Good snap. Jelinski's going to throw it this time.
He's got time. He's going to run.
As Ginge, the coach of the Cobras, moves out of the way there.
Flag in the backfield. There was one Cardiff player still amongst the offensive linemen, so I don't know what's going on there.
And that player having to pull up his low, as I do know the feeling.
Yeah, Good job getting himself out of the pocket. Just keeps running, gets to the edge.
And you see, do you know what? And one thing you've got to respect about Jelinski is he's running full pelt, and when he sees that defender come across, does Jelinski slow down? Nah, he doesn't. He will take that contact.
Yeah, nobody in this Brunel team slows down.
So it doesn't look like there is that flag's going to be wiped off of the board here.
Yeah, no idea what's...
Again, look, just look at that block, and it's like a C. It's like put it in the Louvre, that blocking. You can see, obviously, Jelinski can see that defender coming in and just goes straight through him. Second. And 2 now for the Brunel Burners. Giving it to Davide Pinto. Again, Davide Pinto is going to have a first down here. But Yeomans is going to be able to bring him down on the tackle.
Yeah, just doing the best that he can. First down well and truly got there with plenty of extra on top. And this run game is just, I mean, they can do what they want on the ground today. Look at this, 62 doing a great job pulling around, joining in on that block. Yeah, 62 and 8, loving life there for Brunel. There's Ali Jawid coming on the as a pulling guard, making a great block downfield.
So Kamara's got it. And he's going to be tripped up there, number 54. I believe that is Rees. I mean, Rees, maybe not standing over him. I mean, we don't need any flags here, any more flags here from the Cobras. But I mean, a good tackle there to limit the damage that Kamara can do on that play.
Yeah, it's always stressful when you're seeing, you know, the ball going out quick to the wide receiver. These guys are quick. These guys are shifty. They've got, you know, a lot of moves in their arsenal. But yeah, Lewis Rees doing a really good job getting himself over there, making the tackle, limiting the gain to as few yards as possible.
So 2nd and 6 now for the Burners. No, I think I was right the first time. I think that is going to be a 2nd and 7 for Brunel. Kamara once again moving across the line and fakes it to Moore. Jelinski still got it, looking to fire. And that's going to be a great catch.
He's still on his feet. He's going to the end zone.
And the first passing touchdown of the day for Brunel, no flags.
Yeah, that's Shaquan Braithwaite with the grab, with the touchdown.
I mean, great handoff there. Some people were following. Some people were
Oh, that is great work. Good work from number 32 for Cardiff. He was there. He just couldn't do enough there. You know, that's George Owen. Did a really good job, but just essentially bullied there. And that is, yeah, that's something Brunel will have wanted to see. They've been very confident with their ability on the ground today, but I'm sure they're disappointed with how little they've been able to get through the air. So I'm sure they'll be more than happy to get some points on the board through the passing game.
So timeout called here, I believe by the Cobras, as the Brunel offense stays on the field looking to go for 2 points to get this game to 29-8.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if this is a...
Let's have another look at this. I mean, the ball moving so close and in an angle. We weren't able to get the catch here, but seeing what Shaq Braithwaite can do, just being able to get away from George there. Yeomans was right there to try and get him, and just being able to sidestep Hayne Yeomans, and Braithwaite just slows up as he enters the end zone for 6. And the first passing touchdown on the day for Brunel. So here we go, the attempt for 2.
Okay. I was trying to figure out if this was, you know, a statistical and mathematical thing, or if just anything you can do, we can do better. But going up 21 points makes sense as opposed to being up 20 with the kick.
Jelinski's going to try and take it in himself again. He's going to be stopped. 27-8 is going to be the score as it stands. Adam Eckhart on the tackle on Jelinski. Another one, Eckhart, another one of the Bristol Aztecs. I mean, when you look at the Cardiff Cobras team and how many of them cross over to the Bristol Aztecs, it's very, very impressive that you've had, you know, these players that do make an impact on, you know, the highest level of senior ball. I mean, including their head coach, Sean Vaughan. No, he's not.
And I believe that was the end of the quarter as well. So we're going to have Cardiff getting ready to receive to go the same way Brunel just did.
And I imagine that the Burners, they're going to want to be keeping this scoreline intact, so I'd imagine this kick from Carpenter is probably going to be quite short again.
Yeah, and it says a lot about the confidence they have in their defence, that they're like, I don't care if this goes 5 yards from this location, we trust that our defence will shut this offence down. But Cardiff obviously scored on their last drive. We'll be looking to do the same thing here regardless of how many yards they're given.
No, this is going to be absolutely pelted.
And they're going with the reverse.
Number 4 has got it.
Yep, and it's caused all kinds of chaos. Not enough though.
I mean, if you're Cardiff, you're going to be happy with this return. Obviously, it's not as good as last time, but you know, this is going to be the first time we've seen the Cardiff offence come onto the field post touchdown. So if they can keep that momentum up here, I mean, we could get something going, but
yeah, it's still a decent return there from Cardiff. Now let's see what they've got prepared going into this last quarter.
So empty backfield hit for the Cobras.
Oh, they've left a man.
Newman's being able to run it up the middle. Could I have a game? Looks like he's going to split the sticks to me. Maybe no. It's going to looks like to me they are going to be facing down a 2nd and 5. Cardiff going a bit quickly here.
Yeah, listen, if you like the personnel matchup you've got out there, if you know a lot of plays with those people out there, go quick. Just couldn't get that ball the way he would like it.
No,
I think he passed that without the laces to hand.
Yeah, you could definitely see he was trying to figure that out. But 3rd and 5 now for the Cobras. Brunel would love to make this a very, very quick offensive showing here for Cardiff.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's all well and good coming out with a quick tempo, but if you don't get that first down, it just means you're 3 and out even quicker than you were before.
I mean, you see Ollie Luck there talking to Yao before the snap. It wouldn't surprise me if this is going to be going to Luck nose.
Well, he's looking the other way. Just enough there from number 27 for Brunel, given the theatrical rejection there is Adam Rice. As we see 27, he's on his man. The ball is going to his man, but he just breaks off the ball, gets the hand up, gets the tip, which does everything it needs to disrupt that pass and cause the incompletion.
So 4th and 5 here. I mean, they are very much in their own territory. This is, you know, very all or nothing here from the Cobras.
Yeah, looking to go to the air. He has a man who slipped.
And I mean, that slip is going to be costing them a turnover. And Brunel are going to be taken over fairly deep inside Cardiff territory here. Don't hate the idea to go for it there, but I mean,
no,
I don't love it either.
Yeah, it's if you do, if you don't kind of situation. They kind of had to go for it. They're too far behind to really make anything meaningful happen. The defense is getting absolutely shredded by this Brunel run game. If you don't go for it there, if they've got 90 yards to drive the field, there's a chance Cardiff don't get this ball back. So I feel that that was their best option there, and unfortunately, yeah, this ground's just really affecting that play. You saw the wide receiver falling as he tried to turn around and make his break.
That's what I mean. Like, that was very much, that slip probably may have cost them the first down there. As it's going to be going. So it's been a good stop there from the Cobras. Maybe even a tackle for loss for just a single yard, or at least that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that was going to be, trying to work out what number that was, number 36. That was Patrick Azanu's first carry of the game, and it's going to be going for -1.
Yeah, just giving some of the other legs a bit of rest.
As in comes Davide Pinto in at running back for Brunel.
Yeah, and Cardiff very aware of this, bringing people into the box. Looks like an 11-man box with everybody coming down, and they need it because he's still on his feet running into it. Makes about 6 yards there.
And I mean, very, very impressive is Davide Pinto. I mean, managing to gain 6 yards.
Yeah, you see all the Cardiff players just creeping down, but everybody blocked up.
So Jelinski, I mean, 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, 1 passing touchdown as well. It's been and in speaking to West, he said it's going to be one of those days for Christian, and I mean, it certainly does look like it. He's going to keep the ball himself. That ball is up. Oh, and it was going to be close, but a flag comes in.
Yeah, understandable. Throwing the flag there. Nice deep pass. Probably the best deep pass that we've seen from Christian today. As we see this wonderful camera work, focusing on the ball all the way down, sees what we need to see. Bit of hand fighting, too much, really disrupted the ability for the receiver to catch the ball, and it's always going to be a flag.
And then we had some 6-on-6 attack there. Aidan Nauhai just bringing in that flag. I mean, what a haul there from Jelinski. And Travis Carpenter, the punter. I mean, not just a punter, of course. We see him at receiver there, but so close to bringing that in for Brunel.
Yeah, it's
6
a really
for 6.
good job. Really good job. I'm sure there's a cricket pun in there, but I don't follow cricket.
No, I don't know cricket. Is there a cricket pun in there?
Well, you can. It's 6s. They love that. They love it. You hear me? They love it.
So Moore back in at running back for Brunel.
Yeah, and they're going to the ground again.
It's going to be Moore. Just biding his time there was Moore.
Yeah, really good work. So patient, almost coming to a complete stop behind his offensive line, just waiting for the gaps to appear, knowing what lane to take and making the most out of it. And I've got to say, I'm very impressed with Brunel and just the variety of formations they're running today. You know, it's definitely keeping Cardiff on their toes, unsure of what's coming next. It looks like they're able to run a lot out of, you know, shotgun, pistol, under centre. It looks like their playbook isn't restricted to the formation they come out with, and it's they're really making the most of that today from a tactical standpoint.
So 2nd and 2 for the Burners. Next week they're going to be facing the Exeter Demons here at Site 5. We'll be back here with that game as well. I mean, Exeter, I think that will be Exeter's first game of the season. Jelinski's going to keep it, throws it. We're looking for Carpenter again, but just missing him just to the right-hand side. Yeah, it wouldn't. You know, Brunel are a team that stand on ceremony too much in the sense of, you know, Pinto and Moore, you know, really gaining the yards for this team, but yet neither of them have found the end zone today.
I think you can blame the quarterback for his rushing in from the 1 yard line. But to be honest, I'm sure as much as they'd like to see the end zone, their play has done the talking.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole game. They don't need to say touchdown scorer next to their stat line for it to look impressive. I'm sure both of them are feeling. Probably both over 100 yards, I'd imagine, but lots of space if you can get to the outside. Nobody else there, and just as we bring it to fruition, that's another 6 on the board for Brunel.
And I mean, I feel like, or is it a commentator's curse you could say they're saying that, you know, David Moore, nor Davide Pinto finds the end zone, and just as we say that, David Moore finds the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, we can say that. I like saying anything that makes me feel like I have power with my voice, because obviously we do affect the outcome with what we say up here. But yeah, there he is. He can now add the touchdown scorer to that already impressive stat line. But more than what would be the right word? Any word, more than deserved.
I mean, definitely more
to
than,
see the end zone.
So looking to make it 35-8 is Brunel. I mean, they've had sort of a hectic 3 weeks now, you know, facing Exeter next week, and then probably the showdown that I think everyone is looking forward to is the Brunel Burners versus the SGS Pride for the first time since the 21-22 season, where the SGS Pride went up, and in that game the Brunel Burners held the SGS Pride to 15, the lowest amount of points between two sides played SGS. It's going to stay at 33-8.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting game. Obviously, for promotion purposes, we'd like to see Brunel with the desire to move up, play well in that game. But both physical teams, obviously Bristol, the hub of American football at the moment. You know, you've got the UE Bullets, you've got the Bristol Aztecs, and then you've got their feeder team, the SGS. So it's really interesting to see what will happen there when we get that another London versus Bristol matchup. As we saw the Warriors versus the Aztecs in the BAFA final.
I mean, he's becoming that sort of blend here. It's becoming that sort of blend here. But I mean, realistically, we don't really know what the Exeter Demons have yet. They have not played a game yet. They've not played a game this weekend. I believe they haven't played, because I believe the other game happening is going to be the SGS Pride versus the Portsmouth Destroyers.
Yeah, Exeter, you know, always a team that plays very physically. It'd be interesting to see what they've got on board this year. Like you say, it's hard to make predictions when a team hasn't played yet.
So it's going to be the Exeter Demons' first game next weekend. So you can join us back here at 1 for that one. And I mean, going for an onside, what are Cardiff doing? That ball is out. I mean, absolutely spectacular play there, but you have to sort of ponder. A lot of Cardiff players were looking at that ball like it was a mystery. Oh, no, I've got it again. What was the score?
Yeah.
Sorry. I've got to work out some maths here.
Yeah, it was very close to them recovering that. It's been there, playing very high. The first Cardiff player that took a massive hit there, just kind of lost with what to do with the ball coming at him so quickly and hitting him in the legs. You see it again here. I believe it's number 23.
We're going to have a slow-mo here. I mean, Brunel, I feel like Brunel were very unlucky not to get that onside kick.
Well, they had plenty of opportunity to. Quick pass.
Gets it out. There's some space there. Yes. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to say, I'm going to interrupt the onside kick talk here, in that Brunel, one of Brunel's biggest weaknesses is that they seem to take their foot off the gas. And they allow these offensive plays to happen upon them late in the game. Obviously, it's 33-8 right now, but I mean, it's not a mentality that you probably want to keep up.
Yeah, no, and good job from you for taking us away from something that didn't matter at all to the actual game in hand. That's very professional of you, and it's appreciated. But you're right, like these quick passes, it's, you know, have they got backups out there? There's a deep pass, but that's picked.
That is going to be picked off, and that is going to be the second interception of the day for the Brunel Burners. And number 27,
Adam Rice.
I mean, he's going to be happy to be representing the Essex Tridents there, as he's got on his helmet. He's going to be walking away with an interception.
Yeah, if we see this again, this is a great play. Look at this, full extension. Gets his eyes up, gets his hands on the ball. And that's just kind of been the case of this Cardiff pass game today. It's just been a bit lackadaisical, if I can be honest. Like, they've really left the door open for Brunel to make the big plays. And Brunel for the most part, I mean, I know there's a couple that they wish they could have back in terms of missed interceptions, but they've really made Cardiff pay for their mistakes today, and this is another.
I mean, just, you know, looking round there and just bobbling that in his hands, but still keeping a hold of it.
Yeah, he does a really, really good job there, and I think that's just desperation here from Cardiff, just trying to make something happen. There was far too many Brunel defenders there for that to work, as we see Brunel going to the ground immediately, looking to get to the outside, maybe enough for a first down.
So that was going to be Jelinski taking it himself. And I think your 2 rushing touchdowns and minus rushing yards, that's probably gone by the wayside.
It's gone. My favourite stat line. No, he's played fantastically today. Like, he really, really has. This whole offense has played very, very well. It was a bit touch and go during the first half. Only only 1 touchdown in the first half. Obviously, 1 touchdown coming from the interception, but they've really shown out here in the second half.
So 2nd and 2 here now for the Burners. Zanu in at running back for them. Fake to him, Jelinski still got it. Jelinski's looking to haul it. Kamara's open.
So much space.
And Kamara is going.
Has he got the speed?
He's going. And I mean, Jelinski to Kamara. We've seen it a few times today, but I mean, nothing like that.
Yeah, they have wanted that all day. They have wanted that all day. Look at this. He just runs out. Just a bit of an outside release route. Really confuses defenders. He's got a linebacker on him, I believe. And that just means he's just got the pace to get to the outside, get deep. And finally, that connection.
And I mean, Kamara, our MVP for their last game. I mean, we haven't said his name too much today, but I mean that's one that will go down.
Yeah, I mean, he's caught a couple of short passes, had a little bubble screen here and there. They have looked his way on some deep passes, but finally just had the separation, and the pass was so good. The wind has died down a little bit here, not that I'm making excuses for earlier performance, but definitely helped. Does that with a man in his face as well.
I mean, what a spectacular ball. I mean, and Kamara just settles underneath it. Look at the amount of space that Kamara has.
Like I said, they just had a little, a route concept from the wide receivers that really confused the linebacker and the DB, and it just gave him so much space.
Oh.
And they get the 2.
And Azani there, getting his first carries of the day in the 4th quarter, but he manages to put 2 on the board now for the Burners. But I mean, look at this, that's just bullying football, just knocking a man over, drops the shoulder.
It is, and I feel like 28's kind of done with the day. He didn't really make an attempt to tackle it there, he just put his body upright, like the bowling pin that he was in that play.
I mean, such a work of art. We're gonna have to see it again here. I mean, look at just how much space Kamara has already. Great read from Jelinski to get it out there. I mean, that ball's got to have absolutely no wind. There's no pressure on that ball, and there's nothing more perfect than that.
Yeah, and look at this. Just look how quickly he's able to get himself back up to top speed. I think it's about 4 steps there, and he's already at a speed where he's not going to get caught. You know, he nearly comes to a standstill to catch that. Turns around 5 steps later, and he's gone.
We see a Cardiff player trip over there just with the sheer attempt to try and reach Kamara.
Hey, sometimes you got to. It's not about making the tackle. It's showing the coach in film review that you were trying.
With all due respect, if I tried to run at any sort of speed, I would fall over. And they're going for the onside again here, and Brunel almost having. There's a scramble.
They're not cheering, so I assume Cardiff got it.
I mean, once again, quite close here. I mean, if there's one thing to take away here, if you are Cardiff, at least you've got the Burners definitely respecting your special teams. They don't want any of that. I mean, when it comes down to the Burners travelling to Cardiff to play the return fixture. I can imagine that the Cardiff Cobras are probably going to be expecting something similar. Bouncing off the kneecaps.
Yeah, it might have been a touching the ball too early there. I don't know if it had travelled 10 before it came off the old knobbly knee. But Cardiff with good field position in the Burners side of the field. Can they come away with some more points here?
Yeah, gets it out to number 12. Breaks one tackle. Peters Tovey being able to wrap him up. Oh my God. Thank you very much, Inside Britball. The Gloucestershire Gladiators are beating the Aberystwyth Darren 43-0 at half time. I can't believe it. I picked Aberystwyth. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
That's a good result for Gloucester. Where was that game in Gloucester?
No, it's Aberystwyth.
It's a long way to go. It's a long, long way to go.
This is why it's days like this where I'm happy to be wearing my Gloucestershire Gladiators hoodie today, but not enough for me to pick the 40. How do you get 40? There'll be a phone call after this live stream ends to the Gloucestershire Gladiators coaching staff.
There is. You can't keep people happy in your position as Cardiff are first and 10 here.
Oh, awesome.
Cardiff are at second and 11 here.
I need to get back to being in the here and now. My heart and my mind were in Aberystwyth for a few seconds there, so I need to look back in. So I mean, just being able to swallow up that run there, but only going to be down as a loss of 1 on the play. Yeomans drops back, fires it to the right-hand side. It's just going to hit the floor. Don't know, I mean, both teams are quieted down here. I think they know that the result is coming. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear some whistles signalling that there may not be much time left on the clock.
Yeah, what are we at? We're at 33-point difference. So.
See how it drops back, fires it.
Nearly. Did take a hit there as he threw the ball, but he's back on his feet.
I imagine that's going to be the thing that the Brunel Burners are probably going to be going through when it comes to doing film over the next week as they prep for the Demons. Is it maybe gets a bit more sure-handed?
Yeah, their read has been fantastic. Like they're staying away from their defender enough for Cardiff to believe that he's open, but closing that gap very, very quickly. Brunel are playing very, very fast, and it shows. You can see it here in this freeze frame as he had space.
And the Brunel Burners going to be taken over in their own territory.
Yeah, it's going to be first and 10 here for Brunel, and can't expect to see him doing too much other than running here. I imagine we've got less than a few minutes. We haven't had the 2-minute warning notification, have we?
Oh, so close.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, he really gave the space there, came across at the last second, nearly gets there, hands wide, the hands of a DB. Thinking about his touchdown celebration before it happens.
So, going to be a timeout called here by Cardiff. And you're going to be giving the Cobras one more to work with here. 41-8 is the score. Haven't reached the level of the mercy clock here, but I mean, the defense of Cardiff, I mean, it has come out, it has surprised me, but I mean, the offense not able to get anything going, but this Brunel Burners defense has been fantastic. And with all due respect, so is their offense.
Yeah, their offense has played so well. Cardiff did a really good job of kind of slowing down the run game as much as they could, and they were able to do that because I believe Brunel were just going to the pass far too much in the first half with the weather conditions, with how well their run game's been playing. They were just going to it too much, and in this second half they've just relied on the run game. They've worn this Cardiff defence down, and that's what led to these big pass opportunities to be there for them. And yeah, Cardiff started off strong, but the physicality of Brunel has really worn them down as this game went on.
I think one of the big talking points when it comes to maybe their game next week, with another big run there from Brunel, is they are going to be without number 12 Cole McFarland, who good on defence, good on offence. He's not going to be available for them after getting ejected in this game.
Yeah, it's kind of the only stain on this performance from Brunel. Obviously, first half didn't go the way they would have expected. You know, they had an intercept, they turned the ball over. Okay, they had a pick six, but this offense just wasn't able to produce in the first half. I'm sure they'll use a lot of that first half as teaching, but that pales in comparison to losing a player of that magnitude going into next week's game.
So Zielinski being pressured, and it's going to be a sack for Cardiff.
Really good pressure, good work.
I mean, let's have another look here. 2nd and 5, they're now going to be facing down as 3rd and 13 are the Burners. Gareth Smith there bringing Zielinski down to the floor.
Yeah, it looks like he just caught number 61 for Brunel a bit flat-footed. He just kind of tried to just mano a mano did Rahul. And I think he's coming off for it. Yeah, I think he was just a bit flat-footed there, which led to the defender being able to get himself around and get the sack. First of the day, I believe, for Cardiff.
Defence calls here from Cardiff. They know it's a good situation. Zielinski bringing. He's back to the line. There's some movement. Zielinski's looking to fire another.
He's looking for the same play. He's looking for the exact same play. It's gone short.
And Carpenter. Oh, and Carpenter just cannot bring it in.
Really good effort there on that deep ball.
And you can tell Carpenter's very, very upset with that, because that would have been another. That would have been 6-4-6.
Yeah, as you see this again, I really thought that he was going out wide again, which is why, from my point of view, it looked like it was going short, but he was going down the middle of the field. He found his man and just unable to bring that in. I mean, the sun is shining. Did the sun get in his eyes as we just see him absolutely bully this ball downfield? Look at that. He throws that ball so far. Exactly where it needs to be. Sun definitely not in his eyes. He's looking the wrong way for that. Just kind of crocodile arms that one a little bit.
I'm sure that we can see. I mean, you can see Carpenter's demeanour just to the right of us here.
Knows he should have had it.
He's thrown his helmet down, punt away. Almost blocked, but taking a Brunel bounce.
Don't touch it. That's the worst thing you can do, Cardiff. That's the worst thing you can do, Cardiff.
I'm fairly certain that a Brunel player may have pushed a Cardiff player's foot into that ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of mental mistakes happen when teams are just feeling a bit, feel like the day's over for them. Look at this. Players just running towards the ball, clearly a dead ball. You don't want anything to do with it. And just hanging over the ball. As soon as you touch that, it's live for Brunel to recover. Fire, fire, fire. Get away from that bad boy.
I will say there is a significant amount.
I've heard that before.
There's so many worrying calls in the sense of, I've heard, fire, fire, poison. Fire, fire, poison, poison. And people still go near the ball.
Yeah.
So we have on there's 3 minutes left in this game. Cardiff are going to have it. We're not in any sort of mercy clock. Well, we are in mercy clock territory, but no worrying about it here. So both teams are going to be able to, try anything out that they may wish to try out, and it will be Sam Harvey now in at quarterback for the Cobras.
No,
So
just
fakes the toss, almost stumbles. Harvey's going to the outside, and he is just going to be slammed down to the ground.
very generous of you there, Chris, to call that a fake. I think
Yeah,
I think there's a bit of miscommunication.
I'd agree with that.
Runs into his own man, able to get himself out of the pocket, but it will be a tackle for a loss.
Tyrese Peters-Tovey there, very much in the face of Sam Harvey. So 2nd and 12 for the Cobras.
The ball's on the floor. Ball's still on the floor.
And that's going to be picked up by Brunel. I mean, Harvey has been playing wide receiver all day long. Now going in at quarterback, and we've seen 2 plays from him there. 2 plays that did not go the way the Cardiff Cobras planned.
Yeah, and this was just from the snap. He doesn't have full control of it. Trying to hand the ball off before he's even got it himself leads to him just dropping down, and turnover.
And Jaden Thompson, the man who recovered that fumble, came off the field, goes straight to the medic.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's shoulder, collarbone area. Hopefully he's all right. You can see here in the replay, there's just a bit of a mesh, just trying to get his body to the floor. It's very difficult to do, to just try and turn the body around and drop quickly onto a ball that very unpredictable in how it bounces. So hopefully he's okay as Brunel go to the run game.
Being brought down there, number 36. I think he's going to have enough for a first down. So I believe that is going to be our 2-minute warning. Azanu, number 36, does have 2 points on the day.
I'm sure he's very happy with that.
I mean, it does beg the question. Brunel have got a full slate of timeouts. As they face down a 2nd and 2, encroaching on the Cardiff sideline, Cardiff end zone. So I believe that might be a timeout called by Brunel for some personnel. Yeah, it certainly is. So I'm going to whistle it back in. So 2nd and 6, no, was that a penalty? I thought it was 2nd and...
Yeah, it looks like it was a penalty, brought back a little bit.
Flings
Looking
it.
deep. 32 doing a really good job there, staying with his man. If he was able to turn his head around Giorgio in there, maybe he would have had a chance at the pick, but to be honest, with how aggressive they've been with the pass game towards the end here, I don't blame him for just sticking with his man as tightly as he can.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if, Brunel are here. They're probably going to be going for it on 4th down if it gets to that point.
Yeah, and this is something I've said at UE a lot, but this early in the season, these plays still count because they're live. It's live football. You need to try things that you've been doing on the practice field to see what works, to see what doesn't, to see what cohesion you have with backups. It all needs to be done because you never know how the season's going to go.
And Janicki fires it. Oh! Can't find his man there, but it is going to be 4th and 6 for the Burners. I mean, let's be honest, and well and truly won this game. I mean, I think when Brunel finally got into the Premiership, people were wondering, are they going to be able to, keep that momentum going that they had last year?
Yeah, he's looking for this play here, looking for Elliot Daniels, formerly of the SGS, just unable to connect. Good pass outside the numbers, hits the hands. You'd like to see Elliot do better with those kinds of plays going forward.
So 4th and 6 now.
You know, if this didn't have the Elliot played, number 8 Elliot, Elliot Daniels played for SGS, just looking at him and how he's out there, I would have guessed he plays for SGS.
And fires one into the middle.
And there he is for the touchdown. Goes back to him. That's what you like to see as well. Don't connect the first time round. Go back to it again. Show that receiver that you trust him. Show him that you've got the connection. And this is a really, really nice play. In breaking route from Elliot Daniels. A little bit of a stutter step to start it. Cuts his way across and just leaves a trail of Cardiff defenders on the floor on his way to the end zone.
Another 6 here. I mean, there's nothing better than just a slow-mo replay here. Jelinski has got no black jerseys in his face, just fires it to Daniels.
Yeah, good effort there from the defender trying to jump across there at the last second, but that ball was thrown with enough velocity, put where only Elliot Daniels could get it, and he does for 6.
So they're going to be looking to make it 49-8.
And again, as somebody that commentates at UE, I do love to see the go for the 2-point conversions, get more points on the board. It's an extra play you can run.
And 47-8 here. I mean, kick off again here. Going to see what they do here. I mean, let's be honest. Brunel have won this football game, but are they going to be?
I think the game will be over.
Yeah, and that was it.
And there we have it. What an end there for Brunel. Getting those final few plays out, getting another touchdown, spreading the ball out, spreading the love. And a very dominant performance by Brunel in the end.
So as we get ready to sort of go through here. Where is final?
Yeah, Brunel will be very happy with that performance. Coming off the win against Portsmouth, facing some tougher opposition against Cardiff, and it took some time for them to get going, but eventually they were able to settle themselves down and get the boulder rolling downhill and put up a very tasty 47 points against this Cardiff defence.
I mean, coming into this game, obviously both teams putting on great performances against Portsmouth. Realistically, this game was coming down to, we don't really know who was going to be able to take it. Cardiff obviously looking stronger, and I will say there are definitely some flashes there within Cardiff to put together something here. But I mean, going forward, I don't think that you're going to be seeing the same Cardiff Cobras that are facing down the barrel of relegation. I don't think that's going to be the characteristics that we've seen from the Cobras for the last few years, just fighting and fighting against going back down to Division 1. However, when it comes, if we flip the script to the other side of the table, 47-8, Brunel coming in and decimating Premiership level competition. That's going to be impressive. They have got, you know, the unknown test here in Exeter. Next week we will be here again. That is 1 p.m. next Sunday for the Burners versus the Demons. But I mean, in the first ever matchup between the Brunel Burners and the Cardiff Cobras, well, it's Brunel all day long.
Yeah, fantastic performance from Brunel. Their defense just did a fantastic job all across the board, really shut down the run game, shut down the pass game. And then the offense really got flowing there in the second half. They really relied on their run game a lot, you know, with Moore and Pinto just absolutely grinding those legs, grinding the yards out. Both probably over 100 if I had to guess in terms of yards. The Burners had a lot of field to play with, and that really opened up the pass game, which they were able to take advantage of with a couple of nice deep passes, adding some passing statistics to the end of the game there for Christian.
So I mean, who would you give MVP to here? Because for me, you've got to give it to the run game here. But I mean, I feel like it was sort of due here. It's got to be DM3, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think You know, it's a good thing he's Danny Moore the third, because more is what I wanted from him in that second half, and he gave it to me. He delivered.
I mean, just saying that he was, you know, sort of jonesing for a touchdown, finally gets one. That's not going to, I mean, we're not going to be, you know, we're not going to be playing down the work of Davide Pinto there, because he did fantastically. But I mean, DM3, I mean, running, I mean, putting this team not on his back, not that they needed to be put on the back, but I mean, Christian Jelinski, 2 passing touchdowns, was it? No, 3
Three in the end, yeah, three.
Three passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. But I mean, I feel like those 2 rushing touchdowns, you know, it wouldn't at all be set up without number 22 of the Brunel Burners.
No, when you have a game like this, one where one team's very, very dominant in the end, it feels unfair to pick who's MVP, because it's a team performance that gets you here. That run game was great. The pass game was able to turn it on in the end there. They had some absolute ballers on defense that just put a lot of pressure on. Aidan Coles coming off the edge, number 55 for Brunel, played a phenomenal game. The DBs for Brunel just shut down the pass game immediately. Cardiff were just unable to get anything going. Anytime Nick Yao tried anything, the defenders just didn't allow it. This was a total team performance, and the scoreline, along with the stat sheets, is going to show it.
I mean, it's going to be an impressive season. Obviously, 2 weeks away from SGS versus Brunel at SGS.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game.
But I mean, we still have to wait upon the Exeter Demons, who've yet to play a game. They will be starting their first, or they'll be starting their 25-26 season against the Brunel Burners next week, and that's why we are happy to be here. And Cardiff, I mean, this is where it's going to be interesting here. Cardiff have got 1 week to turn around before they take on SGS themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams here. There's a lot going on, you know, in this league, in this Premiership, and I think Exeter, for example, probably a bit of an advantage to have their first game so late on, just to get that cohesion under. We do see a lot of teams start slow because it is quite quick into the season from when everybody gets to uni. But this Brunel team, they've shown they're a cohesive unit on offense and defense. Maybe special teams is where they get let down a little bit. It's 27 season.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for tuning in to this Week 3 matchup between the Brunel Burners and the Cardiff Cobras. We will be back with you next weekend for the Brunel Burners taking on the Exeter Demons. So, from me, from Craig, thank you very much. Scoreline here today: Brunel 47, Cardiff 8.